Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Keanu Huskies esports stream. My name is Shadi Zedihana, head coach of the esports program, and for the first time in Keanu Huskies history, I'm on camera, which is pretty exciting. We've been doing some slight upgrades to our broadcast package and assets. We're really trying to elevate the quality of our streams. As we've increased in viewership, we've had better teams and bigger audiences to come and tune in and cheer on the Huskies, and we want to make sure we're giving you guys the best possible experience, and that's why today taking things up a little notch. So here I am. It's nice to see you all. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream again tonight. Today your Keanu Huskies face off against the TAMIU, we'll say, Dustdevils from Texas A&M International University in week 5 of the NACE Star League Varsity Premier Call of Duty West Conference. I know it's a bit of a mouthful. Got a big competition up today, as some of you may have heard from tuning into last week's stream. This is a make or break for the Huskies. Winning this game keeps them in the running for a playoff spot. Losing tonight surely guarantees the end of their NACE Star League playoff run. So there's a lot at stake here for the Huskies. They've been working very, very hard to get prepared for tonight's match, so I'm sure they're going to be able to put on a fantastic performance for you today. Make sure you're cheering them on in the chat, supporting them the best you can, giving them all of your love and energy, because they're going to need it today as they face off first map number 1. Going to Al Bagra, the Huskies will be facing off on the hard point for their first map of the set. We're going to get started here in just a moment. As the Keanu Huskies about to kick things off here against the TAMU Dustdevils. Here we go. Introducing on the side of the Huskies your roster tonight. Brody, who finds the first 2 kills of the game. Shoku as well on that supporting AR spot. Kurz on the SMG as always. And Exelios going to be on the AR as well. A returning veteran for the Huskies. Keanu off to a very strong start here as they are able to get firmly set up on point. They're going to do everything they can to hold out their opponents, the Dustdevils, and try to retain control for as long as possible as Brody finds one. He's going to reposition himself away. And I apologize, there seems to be a little bit of screen tearing here going on. We'll do our best to take a look and see if we can resolve some of that going into map number 2. But I'll do my best to make sure that you guys know what's going on. Keep things alive, and if it's not the scoreboard, the score tracker on the left there isn't helping enough. The Huskies are just wrecking through TAMU right now. 24-2 right now, currently in favor of the Huskies. For those of you that are new to competitive Call of Duty, a quick review of the rules. They are not just running and gunning. There is a lot of strategy here at play for what the Huskies are attempting to do. Hardpoint is a map where teams have to continually contest points that spawn from place to place over the course of the map. You can see those points indicated on the mini-map in the bottom left corner there, marked by that circle marked with the echelons there. And the team that has control over that point will start to generate score, which you can see at the top of the screen. The first team to generate a total of 250 score over the course of the map will take the victory. So it's not just about controlling one point, it's about controlling point after point after point, winning your fights, making sure that you have control over the space that's currently active, and also anticipating movement to that next one as well. There's a lot of strategy here, and I think once you start to understand that about COD, it feels less like a shooter and more like chess, and it's exactly what you're looking at. Here is chess with guns. Kurz going crazy with the AR. He's going to find 2 for himself, and the Huskies should be able to retake the site from Lotus in just a moment once they go for this attack here. Exelios is going to jump down. He's going to take his first shot onto the Kev can. He's going to go in with the pistol. Lotus will drop, but Shoku will find the refrag, and Keanu will reclaim control of the point and start trying to close out this lead. And it looks like the lag is not an us issue. It appears to be a lobby issue because they've just requested a lobby end. We're going to cut back to me for a second. And if you see me looking from side to side, it's because I'm also your observer for tonight's match. So I'm going to try to figure out with the team what is happening and give you guys some answers. have a feeling they disconnected based off of how sudden that was, because there wasn't anything mentioned in chat. It's one of the more complicated elements of collegiate esports, is obviously dealing with internet and the hardware malfunctions and failures. You know, you can't really lag in basketball, but you can in Call of Duty, and it does create some complications and affects competitive integrity. You know, we've been fortunate enough that more often than not, we're able to get through our games without too much of an issue, but from time to time, things pop up, and you got to deal with them as they come up. So we're going to wait to see what the team has to say about the issue, see if we can get some information and find out exactly what's going on here. And while we wait for that, we're going to pull up and take a look at our season standings for Keyeno Huskies COD. I'm going to pull onto here and take a quick look at the rankings for the West Central Conference. Keyeno currently sitting in 4th place. Their opponents tonight, the TAMIU Dustdevils, holding a 4-0 record. Oklahoma Christian in 1st, who we play next week, with a 5-0. St. Edwards at 3-1, and the Huskies at a 2-2. If they are able to make it away tonight with a 3-2 record, there's a chance that they can squeeze into the top 3 by the season end, which will guarantee them a spot into the last chance qualifiers for NACE. I'll post the season record in chat. You're going to see it about 3 minutes before I talk about it, but that way at least you'll know what the heck it is I'm posting. So if you're interested in seeing for yourselves, and I'm still waiting confirmation from the players as to what exactly was the issue, but suffice it to say, for the time being, let's just assume somebody disconnected and it was a problem. That's all we really need to know. So I think the rule policy for this league is now they will actually replay the match from the beginning. They might be able to manually manufacture the score. I believe there is an option to do that in COD. So we'll see what comes of that as I jump into the game here. And it looks like the players are ready to jump back into the game, so we're going to switch back over to the game and resume our first map, Hardpoint. And let's just see what the verdict is. It looks like they are going to be restarting from the very beginning. So both teams going to play this a little differently. You know, the score was about even, so not too big of an issue. But it definitely does mess with your momentum a little bit to go from playing fast-paced into now resetting the lobby. Neither team really committing to touch this point yet. Only 20 seconds remain, and the Huskies so far deciding that they're not really interested in, you know, whatever scrapping points they're going to be able to pick up. They prefer to play for this next hill spawn, and that's how they're going to position themselves for now. Kerr's playing to shut down those rotations, but the shots aren't sticking. He drops down, but he can't find it. And Sanusta, actually, or ISO rather, actually going to come up big time on that engagement there. Sanusta finding Exelios as well. And the Huskies are a little bit trickled out here as they attempt to attack the Gallows on Albagra. Zelios finding 2. That's a massive 2K for him. That's going to free up a ton of space. Make that a third. Exelios sweeping the TAMU Dustdevils himself. Oh my gosh, he's on fire. Look at that. That's a 4 streak for him. Was going to look for the 5th, but Kerr shuts it down. He has sights on the Kevcan. Let's see if he gets it. That's going to be a streak of 5 going the way of Exelios here. Excellently well done. And That streak gonna be able to give him some very valuable utility here, as he is actually, I believe, 1 away from the cruise missile. So it looks like no UAV. I did forget that they are GA'd in CDL rules. GA'd meaning gentleman's agreement. It's a COD term to outlaw certain technical equipment on your gun or in your utilities in your ordinances. But Exelios, now on the 7 streak, does have the cruise missile available. So rules or no rules, he's got something and he's ready to cook with it. And Brody catches info on all the members of the Dustdevils there. That's big, and Kurz will clean him up. Brody finds the headshot onto Sanusta. Some great control there from the Huskies. It looks like they're going to decide to concede this hill and play for that next spawn, and TAMU will start their pre-rotates over as they leave Lotus to pick up whatever remaining scraps of points he can muster from that last point. Kurz going to find his 1v1, but gets refragged immediately. Shoku finds one and gets traded again. TAMU doing very well for themselves on these trades and these encounters. Nice shots from Kurz to open things up as the Huskies will attempt to claim this next hill. TAMU, both players on site. Huskies just trying to gather some info. That's a nice shot there. Kurz will clean it up on point, and the Huskies will reclaim control. Exelio switching over to the SMG, and he's going to switch back to the AR as well. He's done with one gun. He's going to go play with the other one. The jack of all trades can make it work with anything. TAMU will be able to scrounge out the remaining corner of the point here. And Kevcan coming up big on Brody. That's not a fight you expect him to win, but a fight he deserves nonetheless. Huskies now on the back foot going into this next point, as TAMU does have the positional advantage. Trying to inch their way closer and closer to that next spawn. Exelios finds a big opening pick, but Huskies aren't quite sure of their opponent's positioning. Exelios will dive onto the point to start claiming that and getting some additional score. And Kevcan, who's done very well for TAMU in terms of finding these gunfights and winning out on engagements he shouldn't be, gets bested by Exelios, playing an absolute crazy game for himself here. 14 kills to his name, sharing that top frag spot with Brody and Kurz. Keanu first to breach the 100-point mark. Look at this rotation from Kurz. He's already anticipating that wide swing. Completely controlling, locking down outer. And the Huskies are actually just moving like a pack. They're like a pack of wolves. I suppose a pack of dogs probably makes more sense in context, but regardless, hunting after their prey here as Exelios anchors down sight. Brody gonna find his. And the Huskies finally starting to build a sizable point lead here, as Exelios, left to defend the point alone, finds one, but can't get the best of Sanusta, and that's going to give TAMU the space they need to get onto this point. Brody gets a little overwhelmed there, jumping into 4, and he's going to get taken down by ISO for the 2K. And the Huskies now deciding to cut their losses. They're going to try to figure out how they're going to get onto this next point here, as Shoku is scouting out for info. Kurz going to try to find his, but Kev just playing those angles very, very well. Exelios going to open things up here for the Huskies as they start to make their attack. Shoku going to get in and takes down the Kevcan. However, Lotus on point. They now know where he is. That's important information for the Huskies. Exelios will be able to capitalize off that information, but Keanu just needs to get on the point and get solid. Shoku cleaning up ISO, and that's going to put the Huskies onto the point. TAMU did well for themselves in closing out that point gap, but the Huskies still leading by just over 10 now. And already these rotations coming up from TAMIU. Brody holding it down here. They're just walking into him, into the grinder. Brody, keep it coming. Lotus will take him down. Shoku, though, jumping in to clean it up. Gets caught reloading by ISO. Kurz now has to find his. He will beat the best of him. Gets his second one onto Lotus as well. Kurz is absolutely gaming out of his mind right now. A beautiful positioning from Shoku. He nearly stuck that second one, but just wasn't able to get control of the recoil in time. Shoku is, newest rookie on the roster. Every single member of the Huskies team is returning from last year, save for Shoku, who joins us from Edmonton, Alberta. He's not a player we talk a lot about in terms of kill record or kill streaks, but he's always doing something valuable on that anchor role. He's always just in a really good position, drawing enemy attention, and getting those big, important kills when they matter. You could see here, closing out that rotation here, and now going for this flank onto ISO. He's going to make it so uncomfortable for TAMIU to hold this position. They're going to have to invest so many resources in trying to clear him out. He's going to find 3 for himself on that play. I think he's hearing me through the camera. He hears me talking about his KD. He's like, let me fix that for you. Tries to find 2, but gets rushed down by ISO. And TAMIU have a nice little turnaround here as they are able to take down virtually all of the Huskies. Kurz left playing on this outside, but he's going to get the nade out from Sanusta. Shoku on the back end finds 1. Perfect read from him. He's going to slide onto the point, and Huskies are actually in victory territory here if they can claim this point. I believe they're actually 1 second short. So TAMIU, despite going to dive here onto the point and trickle themselves out, Kieno only needs to touch for another half second to claim this hard point. Lotus somehow finding the best of Exelios on that fight. Curtis gets timinged, but he finds 1. Gets shot at through the wall. Kieno knows where these Dustdevils members are hiding, and Exelios and Brody clean it up to take the map win. 250 to 160. Favor the Huskies. And that's an excellent way to start off the map, especially against a team that's done so well for themselves in the conference. Like, this is not, a light match. This is a 4-0 team. They have not yet dropped a game in the conference, and the Huskies coming out swinging on map number 1. "27 kills for Brody, 28 for Kurz, 26 for Exelios." Beautiful. Fantastic job. And the Huskies, they were really fragging out when they needed to, finding those important kills. You kind of saw the storyline develop where Exelios was really opening things up. Shoku was using that space to get in and control those rotations, and then Brody and Kurz were just given the space to do what they do best, and that's just fry. When given the space to do so, they'll get those important kills and maintain control of that point. Really playing to their win condition there. We're going to cut to a quick break while we wait for the players to get set up in lobby for match number 2. We're going to be going to the Search and Destroy for map number 2. And that will be on Albagra as well. So we're going to be returning to Albagra Fortress for map number 2 in just a moment. Cut to a quick break. We'll see you as soon as the players are ready to get into the next lobby. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Keanu Esports stream. My name is Shadi Zeddy Hanna. We are back with some more collegiate Call of Duty here. NACE Star League Varsity Premier week number 5. Keanu Huskies take on the TAMIU Dustdevils, currently leading the series 1-0. As we face off here now on the search and destroy, playing defense to start. TAMIU in possession of the bomb, leaning towards that A side to start things off. And already some early movement here as number of nades getting tossed up by the Huskies, just trying to control some space. Burn time, force their opponents to make a move, and Shoku will get taken down from behind. Brody not quick enough on the refrag there. We'll throw down some cover fire, but ultimately won't result in anything, any space created for the Huskies. Xelios will find ISO though, and that's a big pick for him, as the bomb does start to go down for TAMU. Keanu needs to be very careful about how they want to attack this site. They know that there's a lurker, they just don't know where he is, and Kefkan, cut to his POV, currently on a full flank here, hunting for Xelios. And Brody does have some big info on Lotus. He has to know there's another member close by though. And they are going to look to peek them together, as Xelios actually finds the kill onto Lotus. Kefkan is the last alive. They are going to catch him out as the defuse comes down. Cover fire from Kurz, and the defuse is good. Xelios finds his timing, and Keanu will start things off with a round win here on the SND. And while we're jumping in to round number 2, a quick rules refresher for those of you brand new to Search and Destroy. SND, as it is commonly known, is the tactical shooter variant in competitive Call of Duty. Very similar to games like Valorant, if you're familiar with that, Valorant and CSGO, where one team is responsible for planting a bomb on a bomb site, and the other team attempts to defend them. And very much like Hardpoint, the teams aren't just running around and gunning, they are fighting very decisively for control of specific map space, namely to get onto the bomb site and plant, but then also to keep the bomb planted once it has gone down. And Shoku now in a 1v2 needs to find his opening kill onto Sanusta if he wants to be able to get out of this round alive, and he is going to be able to reposition himself all the way. Now in the 1v1 against Lotus. Lotus here will catch sights on Shoku. He'll find the headshot. And surprisingly, to start things off in this SND, 2 defuse victories. You don't really see a lot of defuses. It's usually a complete shutout by the defensive side, or the bomb gets planted and then they team wipe. Like, very, very rarely, at least in my experience with these collegiate competitive Call of Duty games, are you seeing bomb plant victories or defuse victories. And already both teams showing that they have the defensive prowess to execute when required. We'll see now how the Huskies decide to adapt here, as TAMU is going to approach that A site yet again. Kurz is going to try to take some very aggressive early forward space here, as Shoku going to lay down some fire onto Sanusta. That is the bomb planter for TAMU, and Kurz is a full flank. He's going to get all the way wrapped around. ISO finds Kurz though, and Shoku knows he's close. They have sights on bomb, and they're anticipating TAMU going for a full wraparound, but don't quite have the read, as TAMU still very comfortable playing towards the site. And I wonder if the direction of that nade is going to give it away, as now a second nade comes out onto Brody. Xelios will spot him, and you can see there the shots from Xelios. Brody's going to turn his attention over to the site, but ISO playing in isolation. Gonna peek Shoku here, and he's gonna get the best of him too. Shoku late to react. Now has 30 seconds to not only wipe the enemy team, but also recover the bomb and then plant it. Xelios goes down as well. This is actually doable for him, but Brody will shut it down. It was looking scary for a second, but Brody said, not today, fellas. This one's on me. Great shots from him. Brody returning to play after sitting last week due to illness is back with the team today and playing like he's ready to go again. Saw an incredible first map from him on the hard point, dropping 28, and now on the SND, clutching it up already in round number 3. It's been a force to be reckoned with in the collegiate Call of Duty scene ever since joining the Keyano Huskies back in 2022. Fall of 2020-21. Top rated player in the Canadian scene. And a Challengers contender as well. Done great work with the Huskies ever since joining the roster. And the Huskies, even without their leader, able to clutch that one up in the 2v2. Exelios and Shoku, last two remaining. Lotus will get taken down as the double swing comes up from Exelios, and Keyano accelerates their lead 3-1. Gotta say, of all the Call of Duty variants, I really enjoy Search and Destroy, because I like that slower, methodical thinking and play. You really get to see the players, you know, playing the game at a strategic level. And speaking of strategy, TAMIU employs an interesting one as they decide to nade their own teammates and take them out of the game very early on in the round. It's going to be a point for Keyano as the Huskies take a one-man lead. ISO peeking through that window yet again. He's going to bait for Kevcan, who's creeping up on the corner here. Trying to approach. He's going to stick some shots onto Shoku, but he just sprays and sprays and sprays and nothing sticks. And now they know where he is. The nade does come down, but Shoku did a good job staying alive and baiting out that timing for Exelios to reposition and find that shot. And it really shows you how well these players know this game, not just to the point of how to aim and where to be, but also the time that they have between your opponent ducking and reloading and you jumping to the wall on the opposite side of the hallway so that you can swing them from an angle they're not anticipating you to be from. Like, moms and dads in the chat, if you think your kids playing Call of Duty are just wasting their time running around shooting stuff and they don't really know what they're doing, I promise you, they're playing 4D chess out here. Smarter than you may think. Good shots from Exelios there. Or Brody, rather. As Exelios gets traded by Lotus. Huskies have the bomb down on the B site. TAMIU needs to come and try to retake. Kerr's going to go for the wraparound flank here. He knows his timing is good. And Shoku finds himself in a really nice off angle here. You're not going to be expecting it from up top, but he decides to drop. Lotus jumping and swinging. Shoku, you gotta stick those. Lotus and Kevcan will get themselves onto the bomb, and now Kerr's forced to reposition. We just can't. Shoku, just an unfortunate slip of the crosshair, and that's gonna lead TAMIU to another round victory here. It's a tough spot to be in, you know. You're in a 1v2. You're a little bit nervous. You're not aiming the way you want to be aiming. But an unfortunate slip-up cost the Huskies their match point. Gonna have to win 2 more here to put themselves in the driver's seat going into map number 3. And S&D is one of those map types that can really flip on a dime as soon as your opponents kind of make that read and figure out, you know, what your strategies are, how you like to rotate, what your timings are, where you want to be, who's playing where, what they're doing. You know, as you start to decipher that and crack the code over the course of the map, we've seen teams go from big wins to big losses. So Huskies got to be praying so far that they've been able to keep their strategies concealed enough. They've still got tricks up their sleeve, still got tools in the toolbox. Shoku gonna do some scouting here, and he does see ISO and gets tagged by Sinusta. And that's going to open up some space here as Brody, I believe, does see the shot from Kevcan, but Kevcan with the sniper will find Brody. Exelios will get the trade, but the Huskies now down a man, and the bomb already down on the A side. Exelios and Kurz need to start finding some 1v1s. Get themselves back into this map. Kurz will peek down Museum. Get some info on Sanusta. And Lotus back to his hidey hole spot. He's been liking that spot all game, and Kurz will see him, but Lotus with the silent peek. The other thing, too, you have to remember, if you're in the chat, the players do not see the big, giant, glowing blue and orange outlines that we are privy to. If the game was that easy, we wouldn't be here watching it. All of this is their intuition. It's what they're hearing in the game. It's what they're feeling out from the game based off of common patterns of play or how their opponents seem to be moving. So while I could very obviously have seen Lotus, it's a little harder when he's wearing camo and tucked inside of a bush. Kurz going to try to find an early opening kill here. Throws out a nade, but it doesn't stick. Huskies will be able to get themselves on point as Shoku sticks the plant. And Brody will cover his back there as he takes down Kevcan, who's looking for a cheeky kill. Kurz is just hauling around the map right now. Look at him go. Trying to control some meaningful space, and I believe he saw Sanusta there, and he's going to find him. That's going to be Kurz getting the last kill of the map, or the last kill of the round, putting the Huskies on map point. Good shots from Kurz. You know, and SND is really just one of those Keanu map types. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I think it's because of how strategic it is and how Coach Trix likes to coach this team. Really ingraining in them those strategies, those timings. But they just seem to have a better read on the map type than virtually any other team that they've played. You know, in even matches where they go into it really unfavored, they're still able to take some important rounds on SND when it matters. Speaking of importance, Exelios will find an opening pick onto ISO, but now in a 1v3. He knows Kevcam is there with a sniper. He's actually going to... Nice little peek from him to bait out that sniper shot. He's going to dive through as well and start to creep his way towards the point. Now it's going to pull that rotation from Sanusta. Exelios, can he do it? He knows Lotus is going to be playing in his Lotus corner, because that's just what Lotus does. And he's going to pre-aim it. Exelios finds the shot. 15 seconds now. He has to get his kills. And Sanusta just on the other side of the doorway. Difficult to clear. Exelios did well for himself, but unfortunately there's no carryover kills in SND. Maybe streaks if you're lucky. And now the Huskies 5-4 here. And you really want to win this one if you're a Huskies fan. You really want the boys to bring it home, because next round is really a toss-up, the tiebreaker round 11. Brody here chucking out that trophy system on site to delay that opposing artillery. Kevcan back on the sniper. He's going to get spotted out. Shoku does find the opening pick of the round onto ISO. He's going to be holding Lotus on this doorway here. Lotus starting to creep through, but Brody's going to spot him. Sanusta gets tagged down as well, and the Huskies, before they even plant the bomb, wipe the floor with the Dustdevils. Kieno sweeping them up. And that's going to be a 6-4 victory here on the SND. Excellent showing from the Huskies here on that search and destroy. Exelios with a whopping 14 frags on the map. Well done, sir. Well done. It's a big win. You know, you're going into map 3, you're up 2. And especially on a match that you know matters so much. Being able to go into that with full confidence. Getting yourself a nice little 2-0 lead. putting yourself in an advantageous position as you lead towards the control map. And we will be going to hotel for the control. Control's a fun one. If you're new to COD, control is a very, very interesting game mode. A lot of different rules, a lot of different little specifications, but very interesting. It's like S&D, but really fast paced. It's kind of how it feels. It's very tactical, but just running all over the place, really amping up the pace of the rounds, and you get to see some really cool gunfights and some very quick rotations. I'm sure the Huskies will be preparing to impress as they get the lobby set up for map number 3. We're going to cut to a quick break before we jump into that next match. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Control on Hotel right after the break. Hello everybody and welcome back to the KNO Esports stream. My name is Shadi Zeddy Hanna and here we are on the control map on Breenberg Hotel. Now control is a bit of a doozy, so allow me to break it down for you the best I can. 2 points. The attacking team, their objective is to get control of both points. They do so by stepping on the point and fully capturing it, as you can see indicated by the little circle in the top right corner of the screen there. And as they progress those ticks, they will gain increasingly more and more control of the point. The attacking team's job is to get control of both points. The defending team's job is to prevent them from doing so. But in addition to this objective of spatial control, there are also time and health limitations. Both teams, or the attacking team I should say, only has a certain amount of time to accomplish their objective. And you can also see they have a number of lives remaining. This is a respawn mode, which means as soon as you die, your character will be immediately respawned at a predetermined location on the field. But once you run out of lives, your character will no longer respawn. So teams need to be tactical, not just in how quickly they execute and in the positions they control and the gunfights they take to execute, but also in making sure that they are careful with the amount of respawns they have at their disposal as they approach their executes. You can't be too reckless too early on, because then you'll run out of lives and you won't be able to get the job done in time. I hope that makes it a little bit clearer for you as we're about to jump into here. The Huskies attempting to control this B site. They have the full A site, which gives them plenty of time to push in and try to accomplish this objective. They are actually going to be able to touch here as TAMIU struggling to get a foothold here in this map. KNO not only have control of the point, but they've done so with an insane amount of time remaining as well. 1 minute and 25 seconds, and they're nearly done the job. Exelios is just going to line them up like bowling pins and knock them down. And that's the round for the Huskies. They made it look like nothing. They kind of just walked onto the point, took it, and said, I'll go to the next one. And they took that one, and then they left, and they won. And that's it. That's my expert analysis on what just happened. Is the Huskies took what was theirs and left promptly. Now the Huskies on the defensive, gonna have to show that they're not as welcoming hosts as their opponents were and keep those doors locked down tight and try to prevent TAMIU from touching the point here. This is going to be a full A push here from TAMIU as Exelios is going to position himself here. He's only got the pistol in hand, but he's going to switch over to the AR. Rest when it's timely. He's going to be able to find one, but he's going to get immediately traded. And the Huskies now have to decide if they're going to contest or they're just going to concede this point. And we have seen them go for the full concede. Now you might be thinking, why would you just give up the point for free? Is it the purpose of the map to control it? And we'll get back to my analysis later as we just acknowledge what the heck just happened. Brody and Exelios just walked in and took back what was theirs and made it look easy. Exelios finds himself a multi-kill, 3 kills for himself on that play. And he's going to get baited into some fire there as Lotus just jiggling in the corner. And the Huskies now in a bit of an awkward position here. Going back to what I was saying, there's a reason why you may actually willfully choose to concede the point, and that is on some maps where it's difficult to get control of both sites without risking too many of your resources, it's actually more advantageous to preserve your life totals and play just for that one site. It limits the amount of space that you have to control, and it gives you a little bit more health to do it, to burn out the clock. The Huskies, they will be able to put a little bit of a dent into TAMIU's time and health, but a slight lead, only 2 respawns lead. Make that 4 now as the Huskies find an additional 2 kills. But they should be able to keep this locked down as Shoku gets outplayed by ISO in that 1v1. But Exelios will be able to trade him out. It's okay, buddy. I got you. That's a nice little move from Kevcan as he's going to be able to break his way onto the point, and he's gone hunting now. Kerr's about to get the full wraparound from Kevcan. He's going to peek his way out and put himself right in his crosshair. And Exelios, try as he will, is going to be able to force him out, and the nade is good. Huskies need to get back onto the site here as TAMIU is starting to put some serious damage onto the site. Some nice shots by Brody. They just can't do it quite yet. And his movement is good from Kurz. He's going to be able to tuck himself in and hold off any additional pressure here. Shoku just waiting for that peak, but it's taken down. Kurz trying to find his as TAMIU is on the site. They need to touch and try to prevent this control. And the Huskies, they're holding on for now, but it is getting a little scary as TAMIU only has 1 tick remaining. And 40 seconds left. It's not an insignificant amount of time, to be sure. Kurz nearly finds it, but just can't get his crosshair where he needs to get it. And I promise you, this crosshair stuff is not as easy as it may look to the average viewer. Competitive Call of Duty is regulated. You have to play on controller. They're doing all of this with little sticks. And they're doing a hell of a good job with it. Lotus now 1v4 left to wrap up the point, and this should be going the way of the Huskies in just a moment as Lotus will get his hero kill. But with half a second remaining, he's not going to be able to touch and kill all of them. Huskies put on the hero defense and win out the round. 2-0 lead now for the Huskies, and it's looking like we might just be in full sweep territory here. As 1 round stands between the Huskies taking a 3-0 victory over the Dustdevils. You know, as somebody that obviously has observed quite a bit of Call of Duty in my time now, having watched the Huskies play for just over a year now, I'm still always fascinated by their control of their sticks to get those shots where they need to get them. I play this game sometimes late at night when I'm just looking for something to do, and I'll tell you right now, it never looks as clean as these guys when I'm playing. Huskies damage on both points, but nothing significant. No ticks completed. But they will progress their way over to that A side. And ISO somehow makes it work. They will get swung out, but Brody will find the refrag immediately. And TAMIU looks like they're not going to go down without a fight here, as they are going to attempt to push in. That's a nice shot from Sanusta to take down Kurz. Zelios will get the trade, though. And Choku holding the angle. Has to know it's about to be a jump peak, right? Nope, they've decided they're actually going to give the point. And Shoku decides to go the long way and gives the free kill over to ISO. And now the Huskies find themselves in a familiar situation. They were the ones doing this last game, and now they got to find a way to do it better. Some nice shots from Brody as he decides one target's no good. I'll go to the next one, swing my stick over here, and fire away. DevCam. I mean, this guy's been interesting. He's like not top frag, but somehow every time when I switch over to his POV, I'm like, how are you doing that? He's just finding really important gunfights. And the Huskies are starting to get a little staggered here as they're currently down 9 respawns on their opponents. Really need to take a second to recenter themselves and just slow the pace of the game down. Kurz making the SMG look like a long-range effective gun. Shoku doing the same. He is going to get traded out, though. The Huskies find 2 picks that should give them a little bit of space here to start thinking about how they want to move onto the site. They've only got 50 seconds remaining. They're going to check that corner, but they're not going to check it fast enough. And Sanusta gets the best of both of them. That's doom for the Huskies, I feel. A 7 lives to 18 does not give you a ton of room for error. The nade does go down onto Sanusta, and Kurz finds the shot, the important shot. Keep his teammate alive. Lotus spotted out here. And Exelios just playing to see if he decides to peek it. He's going to stick his head out, but Lotus will find Exelios with the angle advantage there. Sanusta gets a 2K, and the Huskies, 1 life remaining each. Shoku will be the first to fall here. And Kurz, Exelios, and Brody have 17 seconds remaining. They're down 13 lives. I mean, if they pull this off to the greatest Call of Duty players of all time, But unfortunately, we are still human. And that means TAMIU will get themselves onto the board here as they find their first round of the map. And I'm just getting word from off stream. Our Valorant team was also playing concurrently, or simultaneously, that's the right word. Simultaneously, as our Call of Duty team, they were playing against the Colorado College Tigers in NACE Star League Varsity Premier, and they've just managed to extend their win record 5-0 now, with a 2-0 victory over Colorado Tigers. So congratulations to the Valorant team for their off-stream victory. We're hoping the Huskies can repeat that performance, or mimic that performance, I should say, as we look to close out the control map. The Huskies, they are going to go for a little bit of an aggressive A defense as well, and this looks pretty similar to their last round of the defense, where, you know, they gave TAMIU a little bit of space, but then got themselves onto the point, started to build up that life advantage, you know, did a little bit of this, did a little bit of that, and then it was a full B commit. It's kind of the story that we're seeing repeated here today. Except this time TAMIU says, we're not even going to finish with the A side. We've already hit 2 ticks on it. Now's the time to go B. Let's start the pressure right now. Let's put that pressure on right now. And the Huskies need to be careful about this B push. If TAMIU is successful in gaining control of this B side, I'm going to elect not to talk about that. We're not going to address the fact that Kurz just cruise missiled his own teammate and nobody else. It's not important, so why dwell on it? Now, hey, sometimes you get caught in the line of fire. Sometimes the line of fire is a missile hailing from the skies. And the Huskies now going to concede the entire round here as TAMIU found a really good offensive strategy there, and I think that was the critical adjustment they needed to make. Last time they excuse me, they overextended themselves on A. They gave too much of a life lead, and they gave the Huskies too much time to get established on B. But this time they pulled that rotation over. They full crash onto the B side after getting their 2 ticks on A. And just kind of a tough situation for the Huskies, because you don't really want to give them A for free, but also if you hard commit to B and you get, you know, you can just give them that free site and that extra time, they can start building up their lives. It was a little bit chaotic, a little bit difficult to deal with. But the Huskies now back on offense, and so far their offense has looked pretty good. I've liked their offense so far. So we'll see how they manage to do here as Piano pushing their way onto this B side, and oh my god, Exelios just holding down that right trigger and praying. ISO gonna get the best of Brody. Now it's a little bit strange. I feel like in normal circumstances Brody would win that. I wonder if there's a ping difference here affecting that. It doesn't matter. Brody's just the GOAT anyways. He'll find his shots. Exelios deep in enemy lines. He's just going to get taken down by Kevgan. But the Huskies should be able to get the majority of A here. And I think their opponents, the Dustdevils, are deciding to play the full B defense. They have a life advantage. And if they force themselves onto A and get trickled down, they're going to end up conceding that. It's actually it's a wise choice. It's a respectable choice. And it's a choice we probably would have made ourselves. So kudos to them for playing it smart. Huskies now trying to get some important picks here and start closing out this life advantage. It is looking a little bit scary here. TAMIU currently leads by 5. Nice little trade play here from Exelios. I think he hears one on the stairs. He's going to get him as he drops Kurz to clean him up. Switches over to the AR, but can't stick the shots. Brody, his spidey senses are tingling. He's going to chuck the nade. He knows they're there. And a change of pace here as the Huskies try to slow things down a little bit. Kurz, the The speed demon hauling his way over to the point. The Huskies will attempt to touch, but Lotus and ISO in perfect positions here to defend. And TAMIU played that really well for themselves. Kerr's trying to switch over to the AR and find some picks, but he's just not getting it. ISO spotted out, but Brody will clean him up. And now the Huskies down by 5. It's still within reach, though. And that's a big 2 picks for the Huskies. Lotus here on the back end, though. Do they know about him? They haven't spotted him out yet. He's holding his angles. He's biding his time for now. But that attack is going to come. And he gets spotted out by Exelios. Well, he's made aware of him, but not with any degree of certainty. And Lotus will come out ahead on that interaction. Lotus, was that a martyrdom? I'm not really sure how that happened, but a truck just blew up in Brody's face and took him off the map. So now the Huskies with 20 seconds remaining, they need to get this together here. Shoku finds an opening pick. ISO spotted up by Exelios. He's going to try to find the kill onto Lotus. Brody will clean up Lotus, and the Huskies will be able to touch the point. And this could be good news for them. They need to control these rotations from TAMU. ISO zoned off by the nade. That's going to get the Huskies their second tick here. Spotted out by Shoku. ISO going to jump behind him. Exelios finds the refrag, and the Keanu Huskies pull off the miracle capture. With only 9 seconds remaining on the clock, the Huskies will take the map, the round, the map, and the match. What a crazy turn of events. I'm going to be honest, I was already preparing myself for map 4. I kind of chalked that one up. I was ready to call it quits and go on to the next one, and the Huskies said, "Nope. You're hungry. You should go eat. You've done enough for now. It's late. It's 7:48. Go get some food." And how very kind and gracious of them, and well done, Huskies. Just a beautiful job from them. I mean, this is the team, like I mentioned, 4-0 in the conference so far, and the Huskies made light work. 3-0 series victory for the Keanu Huskies against the TAMU Dustdevils. I shouldn't say light work. They did put up a good fight. The SND going 4-6, 160 points on the hard point and 2-3 on the control. They definitely put up a fight, but Keanu just edged them out on all 3 maps. That's exactly what you want to see from the Huskies as we approach playoff qualification. Only 2 weeks left in the regular season. Next week going up against Oklahoma, the conference favorites, a top contending team in the CCL. That's a challenging game, to say the least, coming up on the schedule. The Huskies will need to do whatever they can to prepare for that match and then close things out in week 7 with a victory to make it in for the playoffs. But the good news is, after tonight, they are still in the running. The Huskies have managed to keep the dream alive here tonight against the TAMU Dustdevils. Phenomenal work from the guys. Great games. Before we round off for the night, I just want to quickly thank everybody in chat for supporting the Huskies and supporting the stream. We really appreciate having you guys in our chat, watching our game, watching our team, clipping their content, interacting with our social media on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Keanu Esports. Very active on Twitter if you're still a user of the platform. Thank you so much for your continued support of our program and our teams. We look forward to having you back on stream next Wednesday as we face off against Oklahoma Christian University in more collegiate Call of Duty action. My name, as always, is Shadi Hanna, head coach of the Keanu Esports program, and it's been an absolute pleasure to host tonight's stream for you all. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.